Welcome back to part 2 of the homemade trim jig. It has been on the machine and it is done. I actually finished the trim jig like 4 hours ago, but I had the CNC machine running, which means I can't do a video because all you're going to hear is a whining sound and it's just ear piercing and annoying. So I've been sitting here for a while with muffs on, bending. So what was on the CNC machine? Cut a mold, very thick boy though. And I had an order for the Steyr L9A2. So I went on cults3d.com and I was able to get a 3D scan of one and print it off the 1-to-1. And we have a mold for it as well. So now I'm going to be offering that. And actually, here's the holster that we made for it. And it came out awesome. But now that it's off the press, we could finish this video that we started in the hotel room. So we have our Bodyguard 2.0 holster that I just made. And we have the Bodyguard 2.0 trim jig that you saw us do in the hotel room a little late at night. So we're going to go ahead and see how this runs. And first of all, first step, we got to see if it fits. There it is right there. Bada bing. So, and as you can see, looks pretty. I know the light kind of sucks right here. I got to put a light right there facing this way. But dead center of the holes. And if we look at it in the inside, very important. See the blocking? It's not poking out each side. So I got the blue gun here. We got the trim jig. Let's cut it on the bandsaw, which I just had to fix, by the way. So if you go inside a bandsaw, you got the pulley, and on the pulley is a rubber tire. It's what's called a rubber tire. That exploded. Well, they don't like it when they don't have that. So I had to fix that. So let's go ahead and get this on. Let's bring you over there and do it. Not bad. Let me tell you, the one thing that I'll probably make different from here on out is obviously their sharp angles. If you use Tinkercad, doing rounded edges absolutely sucks compared to Fusion, because Fusion, you just click on it and whoop, oh, there you go, it's rounded. But I have found out an easier way to do this on Tinkercad, and probably the next video I show you, I'm going to do that. But for now, this came out awesome. Now, as far as the sharp points on this, it came right out in the buffer, so I'm not worried about it. So I got the heat strip warming up. We're going to grab the hardware and the gun, and we're going to make a holster. And this is probably going to be the quickest video ever because this is all I'm doing in the video. But we are going to get this done because I still have some stuff to do and getting close to the end. And I am so freaking happy. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen the next month or two because it is going to change dramatically. So let's go ahead and fold it. Now we got everything here that we need. When I do the Bodyguard 2.0, this is considerably, excuse me. When I do the Bodyguard 2.0, the blocking for the foamy is considerably smaller than everything else because the sheer size of it. So you really, there's not a lot we can do. So I use T posts. So that allows us, I don't know if you can see that, to get as close as we can to the outside edge. See? And this should still be on the inside holes as follows. Again, don't tighten it until you get them on. Square it up. And bada bing. All right, so let's see here. And there we are. Right there. This can actually come out a little bit. Lighten that up a little. There we go. Beautiful. So there we go. The bushing's not hanging out. Close, but it's not hanging out. And bada bing. So we can see a little bit taller on one side, so it wasn't perfectly centered. I could adjust that, no problem, but that is absolutely beautiful. Hell yeah. And there's that trim jig. Well, ladies and gents, I am absolutely happy with how this came out. There's one change I might do in my designs going forward is I might put a crossbar this way. Mainly because I could squish this. Now, when you put it on the trim jig, there's not enough force applied to squish this, but it will give it a little bit of strength, and it will cause it, less instance for it to deform. So right there. But like I said, that might put a bar in there in the future. But this right here, this was a 4.5 hour print, something like that. Not that bad. And then I don't have another one designed right now to do, but every single mold that I have, and I have a lot of them that don't have trim jigs, I'm going to go ahead and doing this. And as I work through them and verify them and get them to the point where I like them, then on my website, I'm going to go ahead and take all my shells that aren't trimmed, and I'm going to slowly transfer them over to the ones that are trimmed, and I'm going to build that library. So these are absolutely awesome. Whether or not I have them for sale, I haven't decided yet, because obviously Kirk at Pale Horse, he makes them to go with it. But this is just telling you that you can do it from home for a matter of a couple bucks. But again, you have to wait a little bit, and I'm okay with the wait because I could take that $130 that will, buy the trim jig and invest that in another mold or the material to make a whole bunch of these. So, hey, it's part 2. It's over, and I have a lot of stuff to do. It is 11:15 Monday night. I have another show this weekend that I got to prep for. I sold about 24 holsters at the last show, so it was pretty freaking busy, which means throughout the night I'm going to be doing more. So I have, actually, let's show you. So I made those 4. I got that one in the works, that one in the works. And let's see here. That one's already packaged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ready to go there. And that was just since I got home. Honestly, last night I got home, I went to bed. I was exhausted. So in the hotel room, I was up till 2 a.m. and then I got up at 6 to do the show and worked the show until 3. Got home by 6:37. Ate something real quick and went to bed after I unloaded the truck, of course. So I got in the shop bright and early and trying to put it together. And I'm trying to get these out to you. I am almost done 2025. I had a feeling it was going to be until April to finish it, which I was right with the the course I'm going. But it is getting there. Now, once I finish 2025, 2024, 2025's orders are going to be flying out. Now, I have been keeping up with most of them. I've done most of January and like half of February as well, because they're all vacuum pressed. So every time I do an order that's over there, that's a 2024, that's a foam press, I will pull a vac press and do them at the same time. So that's how I'm keeping up. So a little bit of a wait right now. But like I said, that is getting smaller and smaller by the day. So once I finish these orders right here, we are going to be good to go. And there's going to be a lot more content with making and designing and cutting. And there's going to be a lot more content on my garage channel working on the cars. So if you're a car guy or a car girl and you want to see what else is going on in the shop or the homestead, subscribe to FalTac Garage, and which is in the description, and you can go ahead and see, because I got some pretty wild cars that we're going to be working on. So on that note, I am going to box that up, because actually I didn't have an order for a 2.0, but that's going to go to the next gun show, because I sold them. So, but I got a couple more videos coming up of mold making. I had a design. I threw it up on the Facebook page to see what you guys thought it was, and stupid me had the name of the mold in the damn notes. So anyways, stay tuned to the next one. I got some cool stuff coming. You guys are gonna like it. Keep moving forward. See you later. Love you. Bye.